Human beings are very different from all the other animal species on this planet Earth. Most animals only have to take care of their survival. And so as soon as they're born into this world, they actually need to be able to protect themselves and able to behave almost like they're adult animals. However, not human beings. We have a very long childhood. And by the time we're independent, it's probably already around 18 to 24 years old. So we have very complex human needs, and they're basically what we call the basic needs and secondary needs. Basic needs are about survival, but secondary needs are about further development, something such as creating art, something such as writing or invention, religion. So for a human to develop fully, they need special environments and they need a lot of support from the community. Without a community, human beings are very unlikely to have the opportunity to have their full potential realized. So while people are satisfying their human needs, be it basic or secondary, throughout life, they would manifest certain behaviors. And they are what we call the human tendencies. They are observable behaviors throughout life. So there's something like exploration, orientation, and order. We often look at them together, such as young children when they are born into this world. In order to feed themselves, in order not to, die from hunger, they would need to be breastfed. But actually, there's some mechanism that the infant can search for mother's breast as long as we give them a little bit of help. Okay. So mother's breast smell of the breast milk, it serves as an orientation for the child. And that has to do with the order as well. Like the breasts are always in the same place. But in order to satisfy their feeding, the mother has to be able to rotate. If they empty one breast, then the next meal they're going to have the milk from the other breast. And while young children, they're not able to talk. However, they have many ways to communicate, mostly through making noises and crying. And for different needs, different purposes, they have different kinds of cries. And human beings, we have a very special kind of brain. That is what we call the mathematical mind. It has the capability of learning from real experiences. So if we offer something to children's hands, they're more likely to have that. But even though they can work with their hands, they still need a lot of repetition because through repetition, they will discover their own mistakes and they can self-correct. And so over time, they become more and more precise and exact and reach their own level of self-perfection. This is not just a phenomenon for young children, but also throughout our lives. It's like when you report to a new position in a new job, right? You go through this work, repetition, self-correction, precision, exactness, and self-perfection. And once you have done something for quite a number of time, and you go through this whole process, and it becomes a concept or a skill that you mastered. So we call that abstraction process. And once you have that abstraction, it means that you can use that without the tangible material, without the tangible object. And you can use that for imagination and thus create something. Human beings are very good with creating new solutions. It's all because of we have this imagination. And so we have inventions. So that's all about the human tendencies that you can use them to observe people, to observe children, or even to observe elders. The elders, they're not like young children that they have the need to develop further. But their body, their brain, their psyche, they're experiencing declining. So how do we look at the different needs of different age and provide the right kind of environment, the right kind of activities to help them either to develop further or to maintain or to live with integrity? So thank you for coming to this session about human tendencies.